Releasing for the PC in 1993, Doom quickly became an iconic first-person shooter. It may not have been id Software's first jump into the genre, but it was by far their most successful at the time. Its intricate and very evolved level design to the sheer fun and enjoyment you'd get from mowing down hordes of hell's finest, with tons of varying weaponry, from laser rifles to shell-loaded boomsticks, and even my favourite, the good old classic minigun. It was later followed by a sequel, Doom 2 Hell on Earth, which introduced new features, more enemies, and even more guns like the iconic Super Shotgun. However, PlayStation wouldn't see these games until 1996 with Doom. Don't be fooled, however. PlayStation's port of Doom includes both games on one disc. That's all 4 original episodes of Doom retitled Ultimate Doom and Doom 2. Now, I could go on all day about how great the original Doom games are, but I feel like I'd be ringing an old tune. I imagine you already know how great it is and just want to see how the PlayStation version fares. The PlayStation version of Doom went for a more horror-orientated approach, and whilst it's still the same game, there have been more notable changes to the atmosphere than any other port of Doom. Williams Entertainment, the developers of the PlayStation port, updated the graphics engine by altering the colour depth and lighting of many levels. This, combined with the revamped soundtrack, were done to create a more tense and frightening atmosphere for the PlayStation version. We had just come off the back of games like Resident Evil, so it's no surprise they wanted to go with a more horror-focused route with the port. The game also introduces a new enemy variant named the Nightmare Spectre, which is like your usual Spectre but with a dark cyan colour and has many more hit points. Some boss enemies such as the Cyber Demon and Spider Demons make much less appearances than in the PC port, which was also done to make them a much more imposing boss to tie in with the direction they were going. PlayStation 1 Doom has cut out many levels from the PC version, but also has plenty of exclusive ones. The Super Shotgun is obtainable in Doom 1 by the exclusive level Marshes. Now, the PlayStation version isn't a brilliant remake of the PC version, but of course the PS1 is still inferior hardware, and while Williams did a lot to make up for this, there's still some notable downgrades from the PC. For better optimization of the game for PS1, some areas of the levels were much more simplified, by having many sectors of the game, like staircases for example, to be either cut out of the game or have reduced vertices. Many enemy types in the game, such as the Mancubus and Spider Mastermind, have been altered in many levels by either being omitted entirely or having different spawn patterns, which were all done to prevent crashes in loading the levels. Unfortunately, PlayStation 1 Doom doesn't support the memory card, and you won't be able to save. Also, the multiplayer is horrendous and requires you to link up 2 consoles. That's 2 PlayStations and 2 copies of the game. There can often be some frame rate lag, and cycling through weapons quickly becomes a chore without a weapon wheel. Finally, the controls aren't perfect, however they are still manageable for the PlayStation 1. Playing with them today feels very archaic and finicky. Compared to the PC, they are nowhere near as fast or as fluid. Doom was a revolutionary game for the PC, and the PlayStation 1 version is still a good attempt to transition the game onto inferior hardware. It has a truckload of content containing 2 full games on one disc, plus extra exclusive levels on top. It has a completely redesigned graphical style, atmosphere and enemy spawns, so even if you played it on PC, there's always a reason to try this version out. It may look a little rough today, but I give credit to Williams Entertainment, who put a lot of effort into making this the best console port of the game at the time. Doom on the PlayStation 1 gets a final score of a very good 83%. Thank you very much for watching this PlayStation 1 review here on PlayStation Reviews, and I hope it made you even want to subscribe to see more content like this in the future. Adios.